Hey, everybody, it is 11 o'clock Pacific time, and you are live here, and this is going to be an amazing day. This is all about the Visibility Experiment. If you don't know me, my name is Ray Engen. I am the Chief Charisma Officer at Leadership Through Laughter, but the big focus today is on the Visibility Experiment. We've got such a crowd around the studio. It's incredible. I've got several guests back there. In the green room, and there's a lovely charcuterie board. We've got slices of ham. I see Vince Warnock in the hot tub nibbling on a Dove bar. He's getting ready to come on here. But we're going to bring all these great people up here. We're going to talk about the Visibility Experiment and where you can find it, how you can see it, and what the heck we're going to be doing on it. Does that sound like a plan, America? Oh, yeah, it says yes. Okay, let's bring people on here. I was just talking to this bright individual. Hello, Diane Wolf. Say hi to everybody.
Hello. Hi to everybody. Yes.
And this is being streamed live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and on YouTube. So look for it coming to a theater near you. Let's bring up Phil. Hey there, Phil.
How are we doing, everybody? Good to be here.
Hi, Phil.
Hello, Diane.
You guys know each other really well?
Nope, not at all.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
This great thing about tech brings people together.
Yes,
I know, and from all areas of the world. I'm sitting here in beautiful little Petaluma, California, which is 38 miles north of the Golden Gate Bridge. We are the chicken and egg capital of the world, and every year we have 50,000 people to double the size of our town come in, and there's two things you never see on Butter and Eggs Day, and that's butter and eggs. So a lot of kids getting in fights over drinking a lot of beer, but not the butter and eggs. So there's where I am. Let's see. We got, here, look who else is in here. He's out of the hot tub. He's dried off. Yes, great to have you here. Say hi to everybody.
Great to be here, man. Nobody wants to see me in a hot tub, that's for sure.
and Vince, you're one of the organizers of the Visibility Experiment, correct?
Yeah, I'm behind the scenes organizer. So this is Wandana's baby, and I'm just giving her the support that she needs for it. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. And we've also got, is it Elisa coming in from the? I know I screwed it up there, but the world will forgive me. Okay. All right. So now we're getting all a little tiny up there. So it's great to have you here. Is it Eliza or Lisa?
Elisa. Yeah.
Lisa. Okay. Great. Why doesn't everybody talk about a little bit about what they do, and then we can talk about the Visibility Experiment, what we're going to talk about on there, and I will be learning just as quickly from you as you can have me there, and then we will put the star of the show on right after all of us, and she can go over and tell us exactly what we'll be doing with the Visibility Experiment and the history behind it, the world-changing event that it's going to be, and how you can see it too. There's also a little banner I've got to put there to show you how to get there, but it's been a while since I did a live stream, and I learned that they've changed the buttons around. So let's start with Diane. Diane, why don't you give a quick little 20 seconds about who you are, what you do, and what we can look forward to from you on April 1st.
Okay, well, I am Diane Wolf. I'm in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. I'm a psychotherapist in private practice. I work exclusively with first responders who've been diagnosed with PTSD, but I'm also a retired business professor, and I'd love to combine my business background with neuroscience, which is my passion, and help people learn to manage stress and increase productivity and deal with situations that can be difficult. For the Visibility Experiment, I love the idea of helping people figure out how to increase their visibility, but I come at it from a scientific perspective of it's one thing to want to be more visible. The second thing, though, is how do I become visible in a way that builds trust and rapport with the audience so they will choose me to do business with?
Very nice. And if you're watching and you want to ask questions or comments, we can cover that later. Beth Ann Campbell just put up there, love your energy, Ray. So thank you very much. I appreciate the shout out. And Vince, you got one too. Your glasses are slick. Art, look at that. Let's see if those things will look flying out there. Nope, not on StreamYard. Great. Vince, why don't you tell us about the man behind the glasses?
Yes. Hey, everyone. I'm Vince Warnock. I'm a New Zealander, but currently based in Australia. So it's like 5 in the morning here. And I'm a neuromarketing specialist and a visibility specialist as well. So we have a number of different businesses. All of them are focused on helping position people as thought leaders. And I'm actually doing a couple of sessions in the summit. One of those is on the Thought Leaders Blueprint. So it's actually the 13 things that we discovered through a huge piece of research that we did, the 13 things that you can do that actually make people perceive you as a thought leader. So when you do these things, they go, oh, you know what you're talking about. That's handy. So, and then they want to do business with you. And then the other one is really diving deep on one of those pillars, which is around publishing and talking about the power of collaborative books, and particularly as a founder as well. So yeah, super psyched to be part of this. It's awesome.
Fantastic. Phil, how about you?
Thanks so much, Ray. It's good to be with you guys. So I am the Chief Communications Partner for Personalized Communication Design. I'm an advertising, marketing, and public relations specialist working with small businesses, nonprofits, mission-driven leaders, and entrepreneurs. I've been doing that for about 20 years, and in all of the different spaces, we talk about how we get our message out there, right? The part of Visibility Experiment is about being visible. And so from the PR standpoint, I think that's the one thing that when we talk about marketing or messaging, people are trying to demystify it. And that's what I'm hoping to do. And, you know, the talk I'm going to be having is Mission Possible, turning stories into headlines. And too often our mission-driven entities, they think they have to tell information, and really the stories are there. Mm-hmm. How do you get it out? I'm going to have actionable steps to get yourself seen in media, to podcasts, and ways of getting your story in front of the folks you want to reach. And so I'm really, really excited to be part of it all.
Oh, Phil, the story is so important. And I've always said that the boulevard of boring presentations, they're lined with data-driven drivel. So get those stories in there, listen to Phil, and we'll get you there. Lisa.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me on here. It's really awesome. I'm super excited for next week. So I'm Elisa Bogarts. I'm a launch strategist and fractional project manager, and I work with coaches, and I help them launch their online programs and events and help them do it with ease. And so, of course, as you're launching or doing an event and you want to get people to your event and into your program, you got to be visible. So what I'm sharing as part of the summit is I have about 30 different ways to be visible and ways that you can promote yourself to get visible for your launch. And then I deep dive into about 5 or 6 of them and give the specific sort of how-tos to actually execute on it. So yeah, super excited to share that.
That's fantastic. I love all the different ideas we have. I didn't even mention what I'm going to do. My name is Ray Engen. I spent 15 years as a stand-up comic. I wrote for the Tonight Show, and I've also been 15 years as an award-winning sales manager, and now I do stuff on my own. I combined the two, reverse engineered it, and figure out what I did. So I'm going to talk about how funny is the honey that makes your message stick. And one of the best lessons I ever learned from a guy, I saw him throw Post-it notes on the floor with writing on the bottom that was touching the floor. And I said, why are you doing that? He goes, well, it's going to stick to the bottom of the shoes. They're going to take them out the door, and they'll pull it off and they'll read it. And he was right. I saw 3 people do that. So he found a way to get his message out the door, because if you give a presentation and your message doesn't go out the door with the people, did you really give a presentation? Memorable. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take us all off for a second. I'm going to bring up the star of the show, the brains behind the whole thing. And let's bring Wandana out here.
Hey.
You guys will get to go eat in the break room.
I'm not hearing any sound.
Can you hear me? You aren't hearing sound.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So it's you, not me, Ray.
Is it me? Can y'all hear me? They can hear me in Vince, of course, has got a turkey leg in his mouth right now, but he's nodding his head that he can hear me.
You are very, very animated, but I can't hear anything you're saying.
Wow. Maybe
we should bring everybody back up. Will that help?
Let's see.
I can hear you, Ray.
Okay.
Yeah. You hear us, Wandana?
I can hear you guys, but I can't hear Ray.
That's weird.
Wow.
Trippy.
Maybe your computer has this incredible way just to tune me out.
And you can all hear him?
You can all hear him.
This is really weird.
Yeah, we
I-
can
I
hear
think
him.
your voice is just the exact frequency that Wanda can't hear. So
Oh, you know what? I was gonna do what he's doing. I was gonna jump off and jump back in, but I guess he did that.
yeah.
I hope it was purpose.
Well, we can all hear you, Wanda.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. So
Okay.
I'll keep going. I'm so happy to see you guys here. And I have to tell you, I am so fond of each of you. And I can't wait till we get on next week. And just so everybody knows, I mean, you know, we're releasing X number of videos a day and you can watch them at your convenience. But I'm telling you, every single individual who is presenting, and we've got about 40 presenters, maybe a little bit more. But what I can tell you is every single person is dynamite. And what they're teaching each is so different. And the whole reason we're doing this is because a lot of us are taught, you know, what to do to get visibility. We've heard a lot of speeches, we've been in a lot of networking sessions, you know, we've been to a lot of summits, etc. But it's not until you maybe pay for it that you actually learn how. But also, you don't always get to put it into practice, even if you do learn the how. And I'm all about the see, say, do method. So for me, it's what you see is what I'm saying and what you're doing. So this is kind of a way to do that. And so what we're doing is we're having all these awesome speakers speaking about the how-tos of getting visibility. Just one lever that you can pull that will make a difference. And then we're putting all of those into blueprints. So you'll get the full spiel on what to do. And then we're compiling those into a field book. And then everybody that registers gets the field book, which is totally awesome. I wanted everybody to have it. And that's what's going to happen. If you become a VIP, you also get to pitch to media. And we'll have, podcasters there. We'll have people from radio, TV, event planners, magazines, etc. So we're just gearing up for that on the 9th of April. So I'm so psyched for the event. It is the first of its kind, so I will say that. And it's all about being very collaborative. You know, everybody wins here, which is what I love. And okay, so don't tell Ray anything that I just said about him, but you know.
The walls are thin in the green room.
Yeah.
So you heard me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I hear you now loud and clear. Yay. So
Now it's a real party. Yeah.
I gave my little spiel on what this is about and why we're doing it. And the fact that it's super collaborative and everybody's pretty dynamite that's going to be speaking. So you don't want to miss this, basically.
No, it's a great opportunity for anybody to up their game from 40 different experts that you would wind up paying a lot of money to learn the stuff that we're going to give away, basically, and to talk about. It's always fun to hear other people's ideas about what you're doing right now that maybe you think is fantastic, but you might make it fantasticer by making an addition that somebody might have, and you can drink like it's a smorgasbord. You can take a piece of Diane, a little bit of Phil, some Vince, and top it off with some Elisa right there, and just shake it up and make it a shake of joy. How's that?
Ooh, shake of joy.
My mind's just picturing all of us in a blender that is very, very Christian. Yeah.
With the heads just spinning up over the thing.
Yeah.
Part of me went to like a martini, shaken, not stirred. Just
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm with you, Phil.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
I gotta say, it's
the
5 in the
blender thing
morning.
is
Don't
just
tell me
not
about
cutting it for me.
magnetism. Yeah.
It may not be too early for you to start, Vince. It could be an extension of the evening before.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
I'm really curious, I guess, how did you choose to get involved in this, each of you? I mean, what was it that sort of drew you to say, hey, you know what? Let's give this a shot. I want to be part of this. It's what was the reason?
There were three. I have 3 words that explain it. Wanda.
Yeah.
Those 3 words. Because you reached out and I said, that sounds cool. I want to do that. And so I made a video and sent it on in. And you guys were just a video away from being here in this beautiful studio with that unbelievable spread of food back there. The
Yeah.
hot dogs, the masseuse. Did anybody get the masseuse while you were back there?
Yeah. I did.
Very nice.
Definitely.
Very nice.
Definitely using the neck massage for sure.
Yeah, it's nice to have a way to relax before you come on in front of this the massive throng of crowds that we have here on the square.
One thing that really excited me about this event was exactly about the whole how thing. I'm kind of sick and tired of just hearing all about the whats and never getting the hows. Like you're saying, you always have to sort of pay for it. Sometimes you might get a little teeny tiny thing or something like that. But I just noticed that I would be at the end of an event or a summit or something and be frustrated, being like, okay, there's all these things I can do, but I don't know how to do any of them. And so that was really excited to me about this event, that we're all teaching how to do something. You can actually leave with it. And it's going to be in this, we're all giving a blueprint so that you can actually take it with you and use it whenever you need to use it. So I think that's
I think that's a really good point, because the brain can't really distinguish when it's got so much information coming at it, that the difference between the what and the how. So if you get a ton of information that says oh my God, this is so awesome, and then all of a sudden, wait, what do I do with this? And all of a sudden you stop, and that doesn't lead to anywhere. So I think the how is really important. So I'm glad you raised that, because very, very critical as part of this event.
Love that. Yeah, for me, I'm kind of the same as you, Ray. Basically, one of us said, "Hey, I'm thinking of doing something," and I just went, "I'm all in," and then found out what it was. But the other thing that really impressed me about this is when Wanda was talking about it, it really was starting with what are the issues that we have with standard summits. So, in other words, what are the things that people don't get from this? How can we do something different that actually meets the needs of people? And I thought that was actually really cool. And then some of the crazy stuff that, honestly, you should see the stuff that didn't make the cut. It's real crazy. But some of the ideas in there. And then even down to this is why every single one of you has to buy the VIP ticket. The networking event, the actual pitching event. It was hey, if we're teaching people how to have visibility, let's let them put it into practice. Let's actually bring in, podcasters, magazine editors, media, all these different people and the event planners to go, hey, I'm going to pitch to those as well. So I just thought that was just a brilliant little touch there. So people not only getting the value out of the summit, they're getting value out of the value that they get from the summit as well.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And I love that. I'm so excited for that. The other thing that we're doing is a couple weeks after the summit ends, we're doing a regroup. So you get to go out and try stuff that's in the field book, which is the compilation of blueprints. And, try one or two tactics, see how it worked, how it didn't work, how we could make it better, how you would leverage it even more, and come back and share all of that. So, I don't know. I haven't been to an event yet where you get to come back and share a lot of stuff or experience it and then share it. So I'm pretty excited, and that's open to everybody. So yeah. So I love.
I was going to say I've been to a few that you wouldn't want to come back, so that's a little bit different.
Yeah, and I too, you said, Elisa, it's in a way you kind of get tired of the talking heads, right? I mean, you just want to do something fun and different and learn in the process, and not have it be how many things can people sell to me? I just don't want to do that. So anyway, you do when it's yours, you do it your way.
Exactly.
Well, I certainly agree with what everyone has said so far. I mean, I know Wanda well enough to know that anything she does is done with excellence. So whatever you want me to do, kiddo, I'm in. But I also thought I love the idea of the more practical and the blueprint. I'm all about practical. I'm not a very fluffy person. So I really thought this is going to be something that we can actually get takeaways that we can actually use and give our audience information that will actually have real value for them, rather than, as you put it, Wanda, the talking heads. So I'm really excited to be involved.
I have the albums. I don't need any more.
Beth Ann Campbell's chiming in with a fun and different yes. Love that. And another thing that I've noticed in my too many years on the planet is that what we try and do to present ourselves in our business is the exact opposite of what we should be doing to attract attention of complete strangers. We put a wall up in between, and people don't realize that when you try to be polite and professional, you're actually being just like everyone else.
Yeah.
And you don't stand out.
Mhm.
Your friends do not treat you the same way that strangers do.
Mhm.
And your friends will come up and say things like, love those glasses, Vince. They won't say, good morning, how are you today? They go, oh, Vince is rocking the blue glasses right there. And if you can create that familiarity of friendship immediately with people, they will act as if you are already their friend. And it is a lot easier to start a conversation around your business by doing that. And there's several little ways that are simple that you can do it to make every conversation you have with potential customers simple and comfortable. And that's really what we want to do, because my target market is speakers and coaches that love to serve but hate to sell, right? We practice what we do with our people, yet we never practice the things we do to get our work. And so you say things like, well, I will take you through this incredible program and it's only $5,000, you know, and
then you take a drink and just wait to hear what they have to say.
Yeah. But I mean, it's simple things like that that make a huge difference between you feeling good about taking somebody that you know you can transform and you can turn into something better. And if you don't tell them about what you do and how they can get help from you, you're being selfish. It's not like you're trying to trick them into anything, because what we do is great and it works. And I know that if I work with anybody, their sales go up, because that's my track record since I was like 12. So if I don't give them an opportunity to jump on that bandwagon, then I look at it as being selfish, and I have to let you know that this is what it takes. And they can say no, and I'm still friends with them. So it's not like I will trick you with voodoo. No, it's like, here it is. Here's a yes. Here's a no. Just stay out of the maybe, because we pay a tax on maybe.
Well, that's a really good way of putting it. And
Ooh, yeah, that's a nugget right there.
Yeah. And you know what Yoda says?
There's no try or try not.
Yeah.
There's no try. You or you do not. There is no try. So
yeah.
I love Yoda.
No, Ray, I appreciate your thoughts, because when we talk about who we do business with, it's the folks that we know, like, and trust. And then, folks that I've worked with, it's almost now you get to know, trust, it's more like know, trust, and like. We think about the social media and the digital sphere. Sometimes we never actually meet face to face or in person, and you get to know someone and you like them and then trust them. The digital has shifted that, but at the end of the day, there's still the ability to have that personal connection. And you then end up doing business with folks that you are friends with. And if we can approach, like you said, our processes where it's not like, hey, I'm gonna, and it becomes a sales process, where instead I'm getting to know Vince and I get to know more about Vince's personality from those kicking blue glasses, as well as that backdrop of his, we can find relatability, and now we can grow a relationship. It's about the relationship of everything that we do. And hopefully in what we're teaching through our different talks for the Visibility Experiment is we get to be known for what we're doing, and we get to be trusted because we're imparting not just knowledge, but actually giving an actionable set of steps to say, go do, because there is nothing better than at least taking some messy progress forward to grow in what you want to do. And I think Vandana is pulling together the blueprint, that field manual, the Boy Scout. And he's like, ooh, the handbook, let's go.
Yeah.
We're pulling that together. Vandana's pulling that together to go and have folks go out and do and be messily successful and kick butt. So I'm so glad to be part of this just from that standpoint alone. It's awesome.
That's how we have to end every segment is, now go get your merit badge.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I have to say one thing. Well, first of all, life is all about making choices and making connections, right? And really, it all comes down to that. If look at anything, but a lot of the folks that are speaking, well, all of the folks that are speaking, I've really chosen to be part of this, and I want people to know that, because that is it. We actually had people audition as well, and there are some people that that are just not there. They have a wonderful message, but just are not effective at delivering the message. And, from that standpoint, you're going to get a whole lot of people doing a lot of, presenting stuff in a really great way that's memorable. But I often get asked what I think the sign of intelligence is. And that's where I think all of you, set yourselves apart. You're the other side. No, just kidding.
I was waiting for that.
What I was going to say is, for me, it's not somebody who's got the highest IQ or who's necessarily the most creative, or that plays a lot into it, mind you. But or somebody who has achieved, a CFO or CEO or whatever title. It can be teenagers, it can be young people, it can be, people with an incredible level of experience. But for me, the most important thing is those individuals who can make me look at the same situation very differently. And I think that's what everybody here brings to the table, is that, there's, whether it's PR or whether it's photography or how you dress, and these are all topics that are going to be included, by the way, or, how your brain works or how you organize stuff. Like, all of these folks are here, but each of them have made me think of things very differently. And that's what they're presenting. And that's why I think it's magical, because you're not going to get the same old stuff that you hear everywhere else, right? You're going to get stuff that, wow, I could have had a V8, like that kind of, a message. So, I speak a lot in advertising terms, so sorry about that. People who know me well, with that. But that's, I just wanted to make that point, because this is not like stuff that you'll hear everywhere else. That's for sure. And it'll be really insightful, and insightful that you can act on, not just a lot of talk. So,
I love that. I was going to say too, Wanda, that it's been awesome to get to know a lot of the other speakers and things as well. But there are some other commonalities amongst them, which is, this is people with real world practical kind of solutions and experience as well. So people have actually achieved stuff themselves. They're not just all talk. But there's another aspect, and you heard it in what Ray said, when he said it's not about tricking you. It's not about, there's an ethical core to everyone here as well. And from everyone I've met so far that's going to be speaking at this, everyone genuinely wants to help other people and genuinely wants to do that the right way as well, which I just thought was awesome. So it was so cool to see that aligned. I will say my favorite compliment I've ever got was an insult I got about one of my books, where I talked about mindful marketing. So I talked about using cognitive bias, and somebody wrote a review there and said, "Oh, Vince is too ethical." So I was like, "Oh, thank you. That actually means a lot." So yeah, but I see that in every single one of the other speakers as well. Is that kind of, we want to do right and we want to help people, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm super, super excited about this, and it's the essence of every human who's in this group. This group, as in all of our speakers, I think it'll come through. I really think it'll come through. So, so really cool.
I had to drop the couch because Elvis was sticking his head through the virtual background.
I knew he was alive.
That's funny.
He's got his own mic back there.
I actually thought that you were really on a couch. Like, it looked real to me.
Well, because I've spent so much time on that couch, but this computer up here is better than the one that actually is at the couch. Because I started on the couch during COVID when I had to reinvent my business and everything. And everybody's so used to seeing me on that couch. On StreamYard, which is what this is on, it doesn't hold the couch as well for some reason. It's been a while since I've done StreamYard. But on Zoom, everybody thinks I'm on the couch. And but Elvis is powerful than all of us and broke through the live stream with that. And I love giving these little simple things, because there's no one magic bean, right? It's all little tiny things that move the needle a little bit for you, and
that you can stack.
You can stack, absolutely. And one of the things that I talked about is that friends talk in this particular way, strangers talk in this particular way. If you stop asking questions when you meet a stranger, they will treat you 100% differently. For example, if you come up to a stranger and say, "Can I ask you a question?" Here's what they do. They will go, "Okay." And literally they pull back and they duck their chin. You're ducking your chin because you're protecting the most vulnerable area of your body. You're already in the creep out zone for that person. But if I reframed it and said, "I have the craziest question," you would literally lean into me. What is it? Because you're creating curiosity, which is what your friends do. And a million little things like that. Humor is a secret weapon that it's like it's everybody's best way to get a second chance in life. And the height of learning comes after the height of laughter. So in your presentation, if you have something that's funny, if you put the most important thing to learn right behind it, they will walk away with your message more quickly. There's little things like that. And if you can't tell, I get excited talking about this. So join us starting April 1st for the Visibility Experiment. How's that for a plug, Wanda?
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
No, here, Ray. I went to an educators college, funny enough, and 2 of my roommates were going to go on to be teachers, and one of them was, "If you're not laughing, you're not learning." So the fact that hit my soul from an educator standpoint, just what you had to say. Humor is one of the best ways to just implant a message, a good one, and have it be memorable. So, yes, I look forward to being in your room and in your presentation because I want to see how everything sticks. The honey, baby. Yes.
Yeah.
It's instant rapport, likability, and trust. And you can see it. And I do this all the time. I hadn't really planned on doing this. I'll do it now just to show you guys. When you meet a stranger, sometimes it's magical. Sometimes it's creepy. What's the difference? What do you think the difference is between creepy and magical? Anybody? I give you the number one answer I always get, which is the vibe.
Yeah.
Right? What the heck is a vibe?
Mm-hmm.
How do you define a vibe?
Energy
is the answer I get. The other one that comes up surprisingly a lot is the tone of the person. And so I'll give you an example. So if I come up and go, "Hi, what's your name?" That's magical, right? No? So if I change the tone, it becomes magical, right? So I say, "Hi, what's your name?" So that's not magical either, right?
No, that's neither are magical.
What's funny is literally when I do that loud voice, even on Zoom, people pull back like I talked about before. And it's funny because it's in a room, people really lean back. But even on Zoom, people will go, I don't trust you. Get away from me. But what happens when you laugh? When you laugh, you throw your head back. So subconsciously, you're telling me, like, Diane, you could kill me if you want. Go ahead. There it is. Cut me, right? And you're exposing that. So that's physiological proof that laughter builds you instant rapport, likability, and trust. It happens immediately if you can do that. And it's not a gift, it's a process. You're not born with it.
I'm totally with you on this one, Ray. Like I used to work on radio, and our station manager said,
"I could never tell from that voice, Vince."
But he used to say to us, the only way to build rapport with people is through humor and things. And he talked about, so he forced every single announcer to go to open mic stand-up events. So we had to do stand-up comedy, which sounds like a lot of fun. The only problem with it is every other announcer that worked on the radio station was a professional stand-up, except for me. So I was the amateur amongst a bunch of professionals. But he's so right. Like, honestly, it is the humor and it's the way that you kind of connect with people, and it makes you instantly likable, which is really important on radio. So, yeah.
So if I say hit the post, you know what we're talking about, right, Vince?
Oh, yeah, totally.
I've actually been asked to do stand-up after speaking. I've been asked 3 times by stand-up comedians, actually. Yeah. But I'm just not that funny. Like, it's just one of those things. But what I learned is that there's different ways to do comedy, and mine would be more in the category of observational comedy, because I find humor in a lot of things. And there's 3 sort of 2 words I'll say 3 words that I live by. One is deliberate curiosity, which, that is like amazing, but it has to be deliberate. You have to do it on purpose and purposefully do it. And the other is wit. So if I don't have wit, I feel like I'm missing out on something. I just wrote a book, and it's and actually, if you become a VIP, you get that book for free, or included in the price. But there's a lot more that's included in the VIP. Trust me, it's worth doing. But I talk about a lot of these things that I embrace a lot, and it's all about the overwhelming desire of curiosity that has really pushed me to do, some pretty incredible experiences, and they're incredible to me, not necessarily to everybody else, but yeah, I'm one of those people like, yeah, let's risk it. So what's the worst that'll happen?
I was going to say one that I've read that book. It is incredible. The things you've done are very incredible. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Here, this is what it looks like.
Fabulous.
Dan Campbell says the VIP ticket is worth the book might alone.
Totally agree.
Oh,
Can you
good.
guys
Totally
see it?
agree.
I'm frozen. Can you see this?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's my connection now.
If I can add just one more thing to what Ray said about humor, which I absolutely love, and that is the fact that when you make people laugh, it triggers something in the brain, a different part of the brain, and they remember things better. So I was a business professor 25 years ago, and it was my role always to open a class with something funny. I don't tell jokes. I'm not a good joke teller, but a funny story, something memorable, usually poking fun at myself. 25 years later, I still have students contact me saying, I'll never forget the time you taught us this. And it wasn't because the content was so unique. It was because they remembered the story that led into it that had them usually laughing at me.
Well, every time somebody speaks, if you can create something about the environment that you find unusual, and humor it's a benign violation of the norm. It surprises you. It's got to be benign so it doesn't hurt. It has to surprise you because you can't tickle yourself. And if I do something about the environment, it will be better because I created it just for the audience. It's that moment, and people appreciate that. For example, one time I got up to speak. It was near Valentine's Day, and the room is like decorated with hearts all over the place. And I'm standing there on stage, and I heard behind me, I just heard thunk. And I knew what had happened. And everybody in the room, their eyes went like that. And I just sit there. I didn't look around. I didn't miss a beat. I just said, my heart sank. Because that's what happened. A heart had fallen off the wall. And the whole it was the best laugh I ever could have gotten, even if I had the funniest joke in the world, because I did that for you. I did it for them. I created a gift for them that nobody else in this world got. And people appreciate those moments. We try and remember our presentation to people, which is the worst thing in the world, because then we're in our heads. We need to be in the heads of the audience and understand what they're thinking every single second that we're up on stage. So those are little things that make a difference. I
can honestly say that the talks that we have, no two are alike, of course, they're all presented in different ways, but there's nothing super formal about them. It's not like we have somebody coming in to present the news. It's, well, a couple of them might be, but at least everybody won't be doing that. But what I'm saying is they're really like very casual, very, heart-based, very, very warm and welcoming. So it's kind of like you want to listen to them. It's not painful. And the other thing is that they're all short. So you're not listening to somebody for 45 minutes. This is like, some of them are like 10 minutes, some of them are 20, and some are 30. That's it. So, you're not going to be stuck, but great to even listen to in the car. So
I'm glad you clarified what you mean by short. I was thinking, hey, I'm 5'11". Well, that's not that bad.
That's really funny, Vince. Thank you very much. Thank you. That was very funny.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Yeah.
And this is the kind of people we are. We just laugh and hang out and enjoy each other's company. So I'm really glad all of you guys got to meet each other too. Because it doesn't always happen that way. And you know what's really cool is this is how collaborative this is Ray is doing this. And then we have Beth who's doing this. And we have Elisa who's doing this. And we have and Andrea who's doing this. So, and this is over the next, between today and Monday. And we're just enjoying the process, right? And the results are what they are. They'll be great no matter what. Because you appreciate everything, right? And it gives us a platform to build on. So if we think this is great and we can make it even better moving into the future. Maybe we'll never do it again. I don't know. Because it could be there could be another great idea. I've already got another idea, 2 ideas actually that I'd love to do.
Wow.
So maybe we'll keep things hopping this way.
Well, it wasn't like it took like years to figure out to do this event right here. This was like 2 days ago. Why don't I do that? Okay, do that. And then reached out yesterday, and 5 cool people said, I'll be there, I'll be on there, and I can't make it, but I'll go. I'll make comments from the side. So it's fantastic. I think one of the really cool things is that if you watch all the people, you'll see everything works if done the right way. Everything. And so it's just a way that you find yourself in. And we view too many things as obstacles. Like most people view their house as a solid object, right? But ants, mice, and water don't view it as so solid. They find a way in. And there's a way in somehow. And if you can just find that, then you're golden and you're out there and you're working. But people will get that first little problem. I won't even say an objection, but it's just a first little problem. They go, oh, I can't walk over that pen to get to that door because they put an obstacle in my way. And teaching people how to not see the obstacle but see the opportunity is a whole nother talk in itself.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that as the next one.
Yeah.
I also
the obstacality event experiment.
Yeah. And everything in life is an experiment, right? This is an experiment. So, we'll see how it goes and we'll build from there. But, like a scientific process, we certainly had a hypothesis, and then we're going to actually do the testing, and then we'll see the results. So the other thing I was going to say about the speakers, and I forgot what I was going to say now. Crap. I do this all the time. Okay, carry on. It'll come to me.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question of all of you on here, right here? Because what I was planning on doing is taking this thing and running it through Opus Clip and putting clips up on YouTube and letting it run. Are you okay? Anybody here not want to have them sell? Okay, good. Then we're okay.
Can we share stuff like that too? I would like us to. So that'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
It's all about being visible. So keep sharing.
Yep.
And what's the worst thing that'll happen? They won't like Ray.
Yeah. Yeah. That's everything happens for a reason, and I will take the ray of hate.
I remembered what I was going to say.
Nice.
It's going to be profound, people. Listen up.
Waiting.
Better be good now.
It's like something that's never been said before.
Pregnant pause.
What I was going to say before is that one of the things that seems to really be exciting everyone is the fact that we're going to give everybody a blueprint. Like that we're going to release this entire magazine or booklet, or it's not even a booklet. It's way bigger than that. And you can actually go back and use it, and everybody's picture is going to be on there, so you know who talked about what in case you can't remember, and all their contact information. So it's a really permanent thing. And I don't know about you, but if you've been a speaker in a summit, or if you've been in the audience, you get all these, hey, here's a giveaway, here's a giveaway, here's a giveaway, and then you have to click on everything and get it. It's like, no, we're just going to do this and keep it really simple. So everything's really simple. Everything's really clean. It's easy. It's so good. So good. At least, I think so. But that's the kind of feedback we've been getting. And when we had our kickoff call, I got to tell you, there's so many people that are just so happy to be there as part of this, and so grateful, so thankful. It's it's incredible. So yeah, I think it'll be great.
That's a testament to you, Vandana. That's you.
Yep,
You pulled us all together, and because we're in your circle of influence, we're honored to be part of it and be called to do something like this. And you're the one making it fun. You're the one making it easy. Like Staples button, that was easy. Like, so yeah, that's all you.
Just call me the button.
I had an immediate picture of people cutting my picture out of the blueprint on their dartboard, and I just ting, ting, ting.
Yeah. That's optional though.
I made people a better shot. That's what I did. That's my contribution.
Reminds me of the Ted Lasso scene. Have you guys seen that with
I
dartboard?
love Ted Lasso.
That is the best scene ever. And you know what's really interesting is he's playing darts against the owner of the company, who's really, you know, not so nice. And you know, they're going to play for like there's a big stake in the ground. Sorry, no, not a big stake in the ground. There are big things at stake in terms of his career versus owning the team, or, you know, whatever, releasing him. And so they decide that, okay, let's play a game of darts. And they start throwing darts. So the guy, the head guy, goes first, and then Ted Lasso, and he's saying, you know, he got made fun of a lot, and he was really not the greatest guy, but when he was growing up, he learned that, you know, the most important quality in a human being is being curious. And if you can't be curious, then you've got nothing. So if you had been more curious, you know, Mr. Owner, you would have known, and you would have spent some time with me to learn and understand that I played darts, and I, for the last 12 years with my dad, you know, we used to go down to the pub and, you know, play darts, and I'm like basically this genius when it comes to darts. And so he was like, you know, always stay curious. Curiosity is the thing that drives everything.
Yeah.
So
I have to tell you, one of our old flat, there was about 5 guys in the flat, and a friend of ours came over, or a friend of mine came over, and she's basically a drummer with the New Zealand Air Force Band. So she's a professional drummer. She's one of the best in the country. But one of my flatmates didn't know that. He was 3 lessons into learning drumming, and he sat there and he was just air drumming. And she goes, "Oh, you a drummer?" And he goes, Yeah. It's all about and he starts lecturing her, and he goes, "Look, let me teach you." And she just played along, and then we're sitting there peeing ourselves laughing, and he had no idea who the hell she was. So you've got to be curious.
Oh my God, it's like Iron Man 2 with Scarlett Johansson, and gets in the boxing ring. Do you guys remember that?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Oh, let me teach you some lessons. Okay, do this, do that. And she just goes and crushes him and comes out of the ring, and she's like, enough said.
That entire scene in the hallway scene in that movie, when I was at the movie theater, every dad in that entire cinema just turned around, looked at each other, and went, "Whoa."
Yeah.
It was awesome.
But you know she didn't do her own stunts, right?
Don't tell me that. Yeah. Next, you'll tell me she's not actually Black Widow. Yeah.
I put the link for the summit down below all of us. If anybody sees that and wants to sign up, I hope I put the right link up there.
You didn't, but that's okay. It's the other link.
What's the other link?
Yeah.
Put it in the comments, and I'll
Okay. I gotta find it. Hang on a second. Let me get it for you. You know, hey, whatever. You still have to sign up to be part of the summit, even if you go there. So,
okay.
Let me get that link for you. And
hold, please.
I'm working it. Okay. Where do I put it now?
Just in the there's a thing that says comment on the right hand side. Just click that.
Okay, it says join the chat. I have to join it.
Go on private chat, and then you can put it in there, and you can copy and paste it over.
Okay.
Let's bring everything to a screeching halt.
Yeah. and just watch Ray, listen to Ray type.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again, because he can't spell it right the first time.
A lot of eyes.
Bam!
Oh.
We're back. Hey, everybody. It's great to be here for the Visibility Experiment. Let's go, people. 3 more hours on this telethon.
Oh, my God. I just can we talk about what the VIP gets you? Maybe?
Absolutely.
So first of all, there's two levels. One is the one that's free, and the other is the one that's VIP. And I'm just gonna refer to what I had shared before. So the standard ticket gets you free access to the sessions, April 1 to 5, ability to watch the sessions live when the event is running. So any time of day you want to watch it 24/7, you can do that. You get the field book, which is amazing. So it's all the curated stuff from every speaker, the core strategies, the action steps, the implementations, the tools, the frameworks, etc. So that's everybody gets that, which is pretty awesome in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
The VIP, the really cool thing that VIP gets is the exclusive VIP pitch and networking event. So you get to talk to the event speakers, the fellow VIP attendees, podcast hosts, journalists, media, visibility partners. So that's the first thing. You also get 6 months of replay access. So you can go back and refer to the nuances that you might have missed if you are confused at any point in time. And the additional bonuses that you get is you get a copy of Might, like I said before, a copy of Mindful Marketing and the Thought Leaders Blueprint, both excellent. Thought Leaders Group, both of these are ones that Vince did, actually. And he's one of our big sponsors, so that's a big deal. And access to the masterclass, find out what book to write. So, that's going to be really helpful for you if you're interested in writing a book at all. Plus you get the VIP speakers offers. So for the folks that we have who are speakers, you get theirs. You also get Unlock Your Might, which is a 5-day email course, and an access to the Creative Coaching Advantage white paper. So there's a lot included in the 64, but here's the thing. So many of us, once again, we talk about the what, but everything that you get talks about the how. So it's not just about the what, right?
Yeah.
It's about the how. And that's the biggest difference, I think.
Oh, yeah. Fabulous.
Yeah. So there's a lot. So it's worth it. Maybe
I can't carry it all. There's so much.
Oh my God, you should be part of the Oscar. You'll have your own person to carry it for you. Did you know that? That's what they do. They have I know because one of my books has been invited to the Oscars, but one of the things that they do is they have people who are assigned to one celebrity or executive producer or whatever, one guest at a time, and you walk around the rooms and you basically pick what you'd like, and they put it all in this big duffel bag for you, and they carry it for you, and then you take it home.
Wow.
That's where Jimmy Hoffa went.
It was a really long duffel bag.
Yeah.
But
No, I've heard the Oscar goodie bags and that type of stuff are what, oh my God, the stuff that goes in there is exquisite and
Yeah.
whoa, I can't imagine.
it kind of makes you want to be a celebrity.
Just for the swag. Yeah.
This way.
We went to an event here last week, and the swag bag was literally a bag with their logo on, and inside it was 2 pieces of paper, 2 flyers, and a cover for your beer can, and there was everyone would open it up, and I heard someone as they walk in, they just went, "What the hell's the point of that?" It was whoa.
That'd be funny if somebody went to the Oscars with just a T-shirt that said "Here for the swag."
Oh, I would totally do that.
I would totally do that too.
Yeah.
Speaking of Iron Man, that sounds like a Robert Downey Jr. thing to do. Just saying.
I used to love going to AdTech because every booth there gave away things like socks. They all had branded socks, T-shirts, and everything. I'd just go there and get my wardrobe. I'm just right, This is cool. Yeah.
And you dress so well, Vince. That's hard to believe.
Yeah. Where everyone else's logos. Yeah.
Excuse me. We have I run a group called What She Said, which is about elevating women, and it's only a year old. We're kind of finding our way a little bit, but we're a posse of bad bitches doing great things. So what I was going to say is I was actually going to do an ad for the like a little video that had all these women with motorcycle jackets, coming up on their motorcycles and stopping at a motorcycle bar. And the first woman gets out, she takes off her helmet and shakes her hair. And then the second woman does the same thing and, gives a little wink, and everybody on their back has, you know, what she said, posse of bad bitches doing great things, on their motorcycle jackets. And then the third woman does the same thing. And then I come on, and I was bald at the time. And I'm just going to come on and take my helmet off and just do this with my bald head. And I was like, you know, from all walks of life, here we are, you know, so
It's like me every morning wanting to get up, look in the mirror and go,
yeah.
oh wait.
You know what? After being bald, I have to tell you, having hair is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. Like if you want to get it styled or colored or cut for women anyway.
Oh, I know.
And it's it's also a lot warmer. Having a bald head is quite, you know, that's a great source of heat too, right? So
it's not so good when you're out in the sun too much, but that's okay. So that's what hats are for.
Yeah, that's what hats
When
are
you
for.
finally take the plunge and, you know, you actually go from that little tiny bit of hair to none.
Yeah.
That was the most freezing day of my life. I had no idea.
I've got it now, Ray. I don't know if you get this, but now if I get any regrowth, even if it's just like, you know, a couple of millimeters of regrowth, it makes me really tired because I can feel the wind moving it, and it just makes me, it feels like someone's massaging my head. And I'm like, oh. Now I just have to go completely bald all the time.
You didn't think we were going to be talking about this, did you? but come to the event, because we've got everything from wardrobe to photography to appearance to mindset to all the tacticals.
And we'll wind up with Vince is tired.
Yeah.
Vince is a funny guy. So grateful to know all of you. I really am.
So the next one is that Elisa's?
It could be mine, could be Beth's.
I will tell you in a second. The next one is Elisa's. Yeah.
Mine's Monday afternoon.
No, Andrea's. Andrea's is today.
Yeah, Andrea's is today at 5:15.
Yep.
And then we have
Elisa on Monday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific.
No, yeah, but the other one is earlier. So Beth Ann's is it 1:30 Eastern?
1 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
1 p.m. Eastern, and then Elisa's is in the afternoon Eastern, because we're trying to keep everything Eastern. Just so people
I still suck at doing times in my head. It's just get lost all
well,
the time.
I mean,
to be fair, I don't even know what day of the week it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but with everything being global, you kind of have to have your time chart handy. Although I know many people go either, you know, according to PST or EST, one or the other. So just where the bulk of the business comes from, I suppose, or the bulk of the audience.
Well, that's the link down below to get to the summit and sign up for that. Click on the MVP. If you are interested in finding out where the next group of these things are coming for, where would we turn to that? Where would we send our millions of fans that we've created today?
To the link below.
Okay. Does that have the pre-game promos like this on there?
Yeah, the free gift is you get to come to the summit and you get the blueprint, you get the whole field book. You get the field book. I mean, this is not, you don't want to miss this. Right, come on.
Oh, I'm not saying they do, but I want to, if they loved us so much and they wanted to get more information about some of the other people that are going to be on this thing.
It's all on the summit dashboard, and it's all at the link. So once you register, you get that, and everybody who registers gets the field book. So, you know, come for whatever you'd like, and we'd be really happy to have anybody there to support this and to learn and grow.
Cool. Well, I think we should probably wrap it up since we're doing this about an hour, and that is usually pretty much a cutoff time for a lot of people because they'll go off and do something else. And I want to say that it was an absolute honor to host you here on my live stream and have this and be part of this whole program. And I want to thank each and every one of you that we now know each other so well compared to where it was just an hour ago.
Ray, thank you so much for doing this. So grateful. And I hope a lot of people see it and realize how awesome this is going to be.
Yeah, and it's fun too. So
Yeah, totally fun.
awesomely fun is just simply awesome.
Been great.
All right, everybody, we'll see you at the event.
Hey.
Okay. See you guys April 1st.
Yeah.
See ya.